Don't really know where I left off last time. I know I remember saying that I was hoping the next video would have this exhaust done, but been delayed with some personal issues, and then made a smooth move and went kayaking and never really burned bad, so it didn't sunscreen up, and well, I got sun poisoning and second-degree burns on my legs or ankles, so I've been out of the shop for a week now, and it's getting to where it's starting to heal now, so I figured I'd come out and at least do a little something. So before that all happened, I got the first part of the crossover pipe tacked up. I had bought this with plans of using this for the crossover, and read online horror stories of the braid coming apart on the inside and sending little braid fibers into your turbo. And you can see on the ends it's not the best. I mean, it's all gonna melt in whenever I weld probably, but it's not the best of craftsmanship on this part. So, and this is a stainless thing, and you can see there the braids are coming out right there too. So after reading about that, and since I did finally order a turbo, I ended up going with an AGP, I believe, 6262. And that will be what I end up running twins with when I go on my next motor, but it'll be a single for now. It's ordered, will be here in about 2 weeks-ish, because I'm having the turbine or the hot side, whatever, ceramic coated. But anyways, I ordered this for the crossover, set of stainless bellows, which is a much nicer part. The inside is just a sleeved tube, and the bellows is what seals it. And you can actually flex it quite easily, so I think it'll work a lot better. That'll go, oh, it hurts to crouch, sorry. I'm just gonna have to stand. It'll go somewhere around in here. This will be a piece of straight pipe. So, similar to that, the bellows will go. This will end up curving almost straight up. This will merge, this right side or driver's side will start to merge in as it's turning up. That part I'm still trying to figure out and work on. It's not the easiest to do, since I know how to do Ys when they're coming in just straight, but coming in at this kind of weird, kind of a 90-degree angle and turning up, it's gonna be a bit of a task. That's how I would like to do it. I might end up having to curve this up on this side, and then have this side curve up, and then Y it on the up. But I want to bring it together down here so it's out of sight. But anyways, the pipe 3-inch will come up here, and the turbo is a V-band housing, so it'll be a V-band clamp that clamps the turbo on, so it'll allow me to kind of clock it if I need to move it around a little bit. Down the pipe will just come back along here and feed right down through that hole. So that's where it's at on that. You can see it's just a little mock-up of some of the pie cuts. I'm probably gonna have to use some smaller pieces. That was a pretty thick section, but idea of how that'll be. Something like so. I cut some thinner pieces here, tighter radius turn. I've got some more I gotta clean up still that I'd cut before I got burned real bad. I've got to clean those up once I heal up. I'm not doing any dirty work until my legs are healed. I don't want to risk getting infected. But there's another thing I did. That is my remote oil line. And I had to move my ground because apparently the bolt that goes here
Sorry, you probably can't see for shit. That hole right there. That is like the original clutch Z-bar mount pivot. Anyways, that's apparently not a 7/16 bolt, or 1/2 inch or whatever it is, because the threads didn't want us to catch.
You see my doo-doo welds. The ones to the right were my first practice learning to weld, and then the ones to the left were where I started to get a little bit more of a hang of it.
But anyways, let's see if I can get a view of this for you.
Oh, that's painful. Oh, shit. Sorry, it's hard to move around right now. Anyways, so that's how the remote oil filter fits up. It is nice and high, so I don't have to worry about it impacting, which was my fear of putting it up front. I was worried that if I ever nosedived the suspension for some reason and bottomed it out or hit a speed bump hard or anything like that, that would make the front end impact anything, maybe a stump, whatever, I might clip. I was concerned of it hitting the oil filter and damaging it. This puts it well above cross member, oil pan, frames. I could go with a bigger filter now. But yeah, sorry, this light's reflecting out the ass, lighting everything up horribly. So when I go twins, I'll probably have to end up moving this clutch line. Probably have to tee it out further, 90. Let's see if I can hold this light in my legs and bring this line like back here. And so it'll pretty much just run along this and then up. Problem for a later time. But yeah. That's I think it's gonna work out nicely. I got it. It's quite a bit below the steering linkage, and I can run 90 fittings. And with the 90 fittings, they'll come straight down, and then I'll use 90 fittings again and kick them forward, and they will run right up in between this little area right here and straight to the oil filter adapter. All right, well, enough of that horrible camera work. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you have no idea how painful this shit is. Today is the first day I can actually walk around. So these are the other beauties that showed up. See if I can get out of a glare. Wide band, boost gauge, oil temp gauge. Those will go just like so. And they'll probably go in that order too. I might end up putting the boost on the left, wide band in the middle, and then oil temp on the right. I don't know. I don't have enough slack. I can move them around if I don't like the way they are. The fun part's gonna be wiring them. I have to splice into my illumination feed for my headlights switch. I have to splice into the harness power, my gauge power. The ground's easy. The ground's just that bolt up there. I can just throw them onto a ground together. But splicing them into the other harness is going to be fun. And then the real fun part is my Deutsch connector bulkhead that's on my firewall. The only pins I have left are 16 gauge. And these are 20 gauge wires. All of them. So I don't know how well that's going to go. I don't have the terminals to recrimp some 18 gauge to beef it up a bit. And this wire is real hard to push into a Deutsch connector because it wants to bend over on itself. You have to have a little bit of strength to it, so I'm sure I'm gonna fight whenever it comes time to do that. Anyways, these are the pie cuts I was talking about. I have a lot of cleanup to do. Joe Daddy has been using these, I don't know, Big Dog, Bad Boy, something like that, diamond blades.
I didn't buy one of those. I just got one of these Linux Metal Max diamond blade for chop saw. This sucker works like a champ, and it's cheap on Amazon. I say cheap. I think it's like 40 bucks, maybe 60. I don't remember what it was. I was using my carbide blade for a few, which cuts beautifully, but I don't think it's meant for stainless. It's meant for mild steel. And it was quickly dulling, and I'm pretty sure I burned up my blade doing it. I only got about, I don't know, maybe 6 pies before it stopped wanting to cut that great. That leaves this nasty shit that takes forever to clean up. That. It just melts it and pushes through. You always end up with this on the back side. It'll do that on the top, and then these I've already cleaned up the outer side, but it'll flare out a big part on the outer side too. Had to buy a new belt, had to buy a new disc, which doesn't want to stick with shit. Stupid ass cheap disc. But anyways, got more pies to clean up, like I said, that are thinner, tighter radius bend. Some of these, like that one is stupid tight. I'm probably not going to be able to add any filler to that. I'm probably just going to have to fuse that. But anyways, if I had to do all this again, and if I wasn't almost done with this, really should have invested in a bandsaw and not a portaband. You can't get a clean, straight cut with that. I looked into getting a bandsaw, and you can get them from Harbor Freight for like $250, $260, something like that. And you can catch them on sale here and there. But I watched a video on that one versus their really nice bandsaw that is got a lot more features, cooling being one of them. It's a hydraulic feed. It is like $800, $900. And after watching the video, that's the one that if I'm gonna spend the money on a bandsaw, I'm gonna get that one. I just don't have the money to put out on it right now, and I'm almost done with all these pie cuts for now. So later on, I'll probably buy one when it's on sale. But like I said, I just bought a turbo. Got a knockoff eBay special tile blow-off valve. Pretty sure this will work just fine. I had ordered an eBay special knockoff wastegate, and I was not impressed with the quality on it. I'm fighting the seller to send it back. I went ahead and ordered an actual tile wastegate. Also ordered the wrong size the first time around. I got a 38 mil, and I needed 44 mils, or a 44 mil, since I'm running a single turbo on a V8. But hopefully my legs will heal up and I can get back to welding, because I'm not doing that either until I heal up. Don't want to even be close to UV light right now. But yeah, that's it for now. I haven't done anything else. Got oil lines waiting for the remote stuff. I haven't done anything else that I can think of, other than I think I'd already mentioned that I ran the remote extension cable underneath for the touchscreen for the Holly. But yeah, spending money pretty much. That's what I'm doing on this quarantine bullshit. Buying these, buying the turbo shit, and I'm broke right now, so got a lot of work to do. Don't have any more money to spend, so labor time. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And maybe next time I'll have more turbo hot side exhaust pipe welded up for you. A little bit more pretties to look at, and might even have the turbo by then. Just depends on how much work I get done before that shows up. All right, guys, later.